Hey guys, in this video I'm going to tell you guys about the 2023 financial crisis and how it all happened. So the world is now facing one of the worst financial crises of the history of financial crisis, with high inflation and soon to come recession. Many people would wonder naturally how we got here. So in this video, I'm going to tell you guys a simple explanation of how we got here. First of all, let's start off with the pandemic. So during the 2 years of pandemic for COVID-19, 2020 to 2021, the Fed has allowed interest rates to remain in 0% for 2 years. And because of this, inflation was elevated due to the high spending of the people. So the simple explanation for inflation is when people spend a lot, inflation occurs, cause many other people to make goods and services increase in price. And this inflation was crazy high, because when your interest rate is 0%, you allow people to borrow money from the bank and pay no interest. Do you understand what that means? The amount of money people are going to spend because they can borrow free money? Well, as you expected, inflation shoot up faster than Bitcoin, faster than any stock in history. By the way, that was I meant that metaphorically, in a fancy way. And moving on to something that it's much worse to humanity, because in a period of inflation increasing, some people actually had the time of their life spending money until they had none left. But what's next is actually the Russian-Ukraine war. So during this Russian and Ukraine war, inflation also spiked because Russia largely supplies oil. And when Russia got into a war, they had a hard time trying to export oil, sell oil. And because of that, there is a high demand, lower supply. And that's the cause of price increasing, cause of inflation. So America had this master plan, It's like, you guys cannot buy from Russia anymore. That's what America said. Because Russia is an invader. Russia invaded Ukraine. They are doing something that is not morally right. I mean, come on, America, cut them some slack. You kind of did it for the past 50 years, but we'll let that slide. The point is, they told everybody not to buy their oil, so they could buy their oil. I know that does not sound right. So, anyways, America does what they want, and America bought oil from Russia, sold it to the world with a higher price. And the one especially affected was actually Germany, because Germany had a direct pipe to pump oil right from Russia to Germany. So they were pretty much affected. Even the whole Europe was affected. But moving on, it's actually chip shortages that also cause higher demand and lower supply. Chip shortages is not, Lay's chips or Cheetos. We're talking about technological chips. So there was a period of time where there's a shortage of these chips that actually largely was supplied from Ukraine. Not really directly from Ukraine, but they have the element they need to make a chip. So there was a shortage problem. Inflation also kind of affected. This is definitely not as a big deal as oil, but I figured it would be worth mentioning. And now inflation is around 9% in that point of time. And the Fed was like, oh wait, I allowed this to happen? I allowed this to happen? So at that point they finally kind of woke up, And then they're like, okay, I'm gonna increase interest rates now, okay? I'm gonna let the inflation come down. So they did. I mean, kind of worked. It kind of worked. Yeah, it did kind of work. From 9% to 6%. But, oh yeah, that's great, to 6%. But you have to, like, define the what it means for inflation come down. If your definition is 9 to 6, then okay, inflation did come down. But if your definition is get inflation to 2%, then 6% wasn't really that much better. But yeah, I guess it did come down at that point. But despite the decrease in inflation, a recession is still inevitable, which now I'm forecasting. But yeah, because interest rates got too high. And because interest rates got too high, people estimate that there will be a period of time of stagflation. Let me explain, when interest rates are too high, it means that people are not spending. And when people are not spending, recession. Why are people not spending? Because everybody put their money into savings account in the bank. Clocking the economy means there's no flow in the money. When there's no flow in the economy, it means recession. And now, done with the recession, I'm going to tell you guys what happened actually just slightly before this, which is the Silicon Valley Bank failure. So the bank system experienced a failure, causing, panic to the depositors. Also meaning they caused a bank run. Bank run means many depositors take out their money from the bank at the same time. Which actually, a bank run was originally also caused by high interest rates. So I don't see how the Fed doesn't see this, How do you not see this? Because when a bank offers high interest rates and the other don't, they start moving money over. And when many people try to deposit money, to move money over, they're like, sorry, I have some of your money in my investment, blah, blah, blah. And now people are like, you don't have my money? And many people panic, try to take their money out because it's not about moving money anymore. It's about getting my money in my hands before it disappears. And because of that, they had a bank failure, a bank run, but eventually the Fed bailed them out. So instead of doing a Fed pivot by decreasing the interest rates, they decided to just give them money to give to their depositors. I guess that is one way, because America has unlimited printing ability. So I guess they can do that and continue to fight inflation at the same time. So this is how the future outlook kind of looks like. So the Fed is going to increase interest rates one more time by the Fed meeting in May by 25 basis point or 0.25%. And recession is probably going to come next year. So the 2023 financial crisis was basically caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, the Russian-Ukraine war, and inflation, and the Federal Reserve's response, which led to the increase of an interest rate and a bailout of the banking system and a highly likely recession that is going to come next year. Well, that's about it. If you find this leading up to what you expected and what you think is fulfilling enough for you, please like and subscribe. Comment down below if you think I left out anything or kind of arranged them a bit wrong. I wouldn't be surprised. But please tell me in the comments down below. Like and subscribe, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.